Hi, it's Mike with AskTractorMike.com. If you're a first-time tractor buyer, you've got to be really frustrated. You're trying to educate yourself about which tractor do I want to pick out, and you go to the manufacturer's website and it's really vague. They've got two tractors about the same horsepower. Why do they have two? And I'm going to pick on you today, John Deere, just because I fought you for 25 years and you usually won, but I'm trying to help one of your future customers out here today. And I'm on your website trying to figure out the differences between your E and your R series tractor. And it's really hard to kind of figure out what's the difference. You know, if you don't know anything about tractors and you're just getting into it, well, maybe the one's E for economy and the other's the deluxe tractor. So maybe the economy tractor is gear drive and the R series is hydro. No, that's not right. They both hydro. Maybe the R series is a cab tractor and the E series is not. No, you can only get a cab on the R series, but they come without cabs too. So what the heck? You got two tractors, same horsepower. Why do you have that? And you read through the stuff, and even if you've been in the business a lot of years like I have, it's kind of difficult to tell. And that's because the manufacturers can never downplay one of their models. Deere is talking about their E series, which is their economy series, and when you buy that, you lose a few options, but they can't say what the dealer says when you walk in the door. Why do you have an E and an R? He'll say, well, the E is a cheap one and the R is a deluxe one. And that's really easy to understand, and then they'll show you 5 or 6 things you get. But if you're online shopping, trying to figure that out, because a manufacturer, and it's not just Deere, it's Massey, I used to work for them, I used to sell New Holland, they're all the same. They can't say this is the cheap one and this is the deluxe one, which would make it so much simpler. And this is what you lose when you go with the cheap one. So they actually try to play up the cheap one like it's the deluxe one, and that makes you just confused. And literally, I'm reading through the Deere brochure on their E series, and they actually list that it has power steering. Like no other tractor out there has that. Gosh, when was the last time you saw a tractor without power steering? Deere, I don't understand. But in their literature, they'll say about the economy series, it's rugged built, economical, durable, the operator station is wide and all this stuff, and you're like, yeah, what's the difference between the two? And honestly, Deere, if you're a little bit better at telling the real story about your tractors, you'd probably put guys like me that are doing their own YouTube channels and not afraid to say this is a cheap one, this is a deluxe one. You'd probably put us out of business. So I'm glad you do it, but it's kind of confusing for your customers. So, question of the day from Nikola. Nikola lives in upstate New York, has 16 acres, and the first question was, thinking about buying either a 3038E or a 3039R. So we're trying to compare two tractors about the same horsepower, economy and deluxe. Now, if you're a guy like me that is just cheap and just wants to get the most bang for the buck and is not paying extra for a bunch of features, you get the economy model, you get the E series. But if you're one of those people that's kind of thinking, should I spend that extra money and get all the extra bells and whistles? If that's you, I'd get that one. I'd get the deluxe one, because if you're on the border between the economy and the deluxe and saving a few bucks and buying the more nice tractor with the features, get the feature tractor, because you'll always regret it if you didn't. Same if you're thinking about a cab tractor versus a non-cab tractor. In my lifetime, I've never known anybody that thought about getting a cab tractor, bought the ROPS tractor, roll bar tractor, open station tractor, non-cab tractor, that didn't want the cab later on. I've never known anybody that bought the cab tractor, was thinking about going either way, and said, I wish I'd have got the tractor without a cab. So if you're thinking deluxe, get deluxe. If you're thinking cab, get cab. If you're cheap like I am and you just want most horsepower for the buck, get the economy model. Now, part 2 of Nikola's question. After careful deliberation, I am now looking at a John Deere 3033R, which is the deluxe, with 33 horsepower engine, 24.3 PTO, and the John Deere 3038E, which is 38 horsepower engine and 30 PTO. So what's probably happened here with Nikola is that we've realized that the smaller tractor with all the features is about the same price as the economy tractor with more horsepower. My question is, will the difference in 5 horsepower truly make a difference? Great question. Great question. How important is 5 horsepower? Well, if you look at just what percentage is 5 horsepower of the total, it looks like it's huge. But realistically, with what guys like me and Nikola is going to do with a tractor on a small acreage, you're never going to max it out for a horsepower. You're never going to try to do something with it that you don't have enough horsepower to do the job. Where you are going to max the tractor out is lift capacity, and that's what I always look at. So what we want to do is find out what's the difference in lift capacity between the 3038E and the 3033R. And that's going to tell us which tractor to get. And that's because lift capacity you will max out on a small tractor. You may be trying to pick up a big load of dirt or gravel or a pallet of bricks, and you won't be able to pick it up. So lift capacity to me is much more important than horsepower. So let's go to the Deere website and look at the differences in the two tractors. And it's kind of shocking. The 3038E actually has 37.2 engine horsepower, and the lift capacity at the pins to full height is 1,186 pounds, 1186. The tractor with less horsepower, the 3033R, has 32.2 engine horsepower, or exactly 5 horsepower less, and the lift capacity on it is 1598. So you have over 400 pounds of lift capacity more with the tractor with the smaller engine in it. So to me, that's a no-brainer. You're looking between the 3038E and the 3033R, Nikola, for what you're doing. Get the 3033R, and I think you'll be happy with it. And what that's telling you is the deluxe tractor has a bigger hydraulic pump on it and or has more weight in it, so it has more lift capacity. And again, to me, that lift capacity is way more important in a small tractor than the horsepower. Now, I picked on Deere today, but every tractor company generally has an economy tractor and a deluxe tractor, and they have the darn hardest time in the world explaining to you the difference online without running down the economy tractor. So it can be real confusing. And you've got to look at all the options that you lose on that economy tractor versus that deluxe tractor and the price difference to decide which one is best for you. I appreciate you watching my videos. If you'd like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, I'd be honored. Click the mic face icon and check the bell so you're notified when I post videos. Here's a link to my website and the Tractor Fun Store that has unique items for the tractor owner that helps support my YouTube channel. And here's a video about 2 tractors, same brand, same horsepower, $3,500 difference. Thanks for watching.